Welcome! It's a great day to be a miner. In today's video, we're going to talk about the #1 must-have that any miner should have. But first, let's spin that intro. All right, so here we are, we're back again, and today we have an interesting item to talk about. But before we do, let's go ahead and fire off the disclaimer. This video is not a paid sponsored video. That means we can say whatever we want in this video. However, we have reached out to Hashwatcher, and they have provided us with some freebies and some giveaway material. Stay tuned for later in the video for those details. Now, without further ado, let's tear into it. All right, so we are talking about the Hashwatcher app, and you're probably saying, hey Altered, what is the Hashwatcher app and why do I give two flips about it? I hear you barking, big dog. So before we really get into it too much, let's actually go over the official description, then we'll go over the specs and the features. All the while, we'll do some light scrolling on the screen so you can get a good visual depiction of it, and then we'll go further into detail and show you how to use it and all the cool nuances that this thing packs into it. So let's go. Hashwatch is the fastest, best way to monitor and tune Brains OS miners, bitaxe, NerdQaxe++ solo miners, and Canaan miners as well. No more filling your home screen with IP-based shortcuts. Hashwatcher gives you a bird's eye view of your entire mining operation. All of your devices are visible on one screen. Let's go over the features real quick. Overclocking for solo miners. That's right, you can overclock your miners through your app. Fan speed control for all Canaan miners. Never before has that been done because Canaan's kind of a lockdown proprietary setup, so that's pretty awesome. Bold real-time visibility, see true hash rate, power usage, temps, and efficiency at a glance. I love me some widgets. Bird's eye fleet view, track total hash power, average temps, power across all rigs, and status indicators and uptime. Miner details dashboard, rich charts, metrics designed for quick troubleshooting and daily operations. Performance controls, set hash rate and power targets. So you're not just doing your overclocking and setting your clocks in there, you can set targets for the miners to bounce off of. Custom overclock settings let you dial in your bitaxe for higher total hash rate. Smart temperature alerts, get notified when the chip temperatures exceed your threshold so you can act before you burn up something. Maintenance tools, plan service, export daily PDF reports, keep clean records of auditing. Designed for pros, view total energy and output in exportable PDF reports, great efficiency and tracking, and of course, easy reach out customer support. Okay, again, let's quickly highlight some of the supported devices. A whole wide gamut of bitaxes are supported, the Super, the Ultra, Gammas, Super Hex. I have on the GT Turbo. It wasn't listed on it, but it definitely does the GT Turbo. There actually it does say the Gamma Turbo, which is the GT Turbo, NerdQaxe++, and a bunch of those variants. Lucky Miners, LV06, LV07. I know for sure that it also can pull in the LG07. We've got Amp Miners, we've got Canaan Avalon Nano 33S, Mini 3, Avalon Q. Also, we're gonna do some adding, and I've done some testing, and I've found some others that will pull in, and they pull in under the bitaxe section, even though they're not bitaxe, but they'll pull in since they're a similar build, and they'll pull right into the app and show you. So yeah, next, let's go ahead and again, jump back over on the phone and let's do some playing and show you where some of these settings and whatnot live and get a good feel of this thing. Okay, so here we are, we're over on our main dashboard, and our dashboard is separated by location. By stock, you have one location, it's the home location. You can go into your settings, you can build different locations. If you have miners, say, in the attic, you got some in the basement, you got some in the living room, you can separate those by room, and then that way you can see them easier on each dashboard. Here is one of my rooms, then I've got another. I've built 3 different rooms here. One miner in 2 rooms, one miner in each of the first 2 rooms, and then I've got 3 on the other room. So now let's drill into this a little bit different. So you'll notice the neat wallpaper that's going on right here. This is the Christmas one. It's dropping presents. To switch your wallpaper, your theme rather, you just hit your settings tab, you scroll down a little bit and you'll find the, scroll down, you'll scroll down until you get to the theme settings, then you'll click it and then you can scroll down and there's a whole bunch of them and you can click click the icon and then see the preview up above. You can see that Solo Satoshi has their own theme in here, their custom theme. As you can see, some other places in here, they have partnered with Hashwatcher and they have some interesting shared material, and they also have a quick link to jump to Solo Satoshi to buy their products, and highly recommend, especially if you're US based. Quick shipping, great service, great products, highly recommend. Assembled in USA, if that's your thing too. So yeah, let's just select the Solo Satoshi version and then we'll hit back. And we're gonna go clear back out, and now we have this nice orange with reddish tint kind of theme, and that is the Solo Satoshi version. So now if we wanted to add more devices in here, we would hit the little plus at the top corner. There's 3 categories that you can pick from: Brains, bitaxe, or Canaan. And then you would add underneath, you would type the name that you want, and you could add the IP address and password. Conversely, if you're doing bitaxe, you can hit this little option here that says scan network for miners. And basically what it does is it searches your whole subnet, so your whole range of local IP addresses that your router can assign to the device, and it'll list them all down below. And if it pulls in, which it pulls in most of the most common miners, such as your bitaxes and your NerdQaxes, lucky miners, etc., you can simply hit the little plus sign to add the device. It gives you the nice IP addresses down here, and if you're a degenerate like me, you'll have this very long list. It's still scanning and pulling them in, but you'll have this very long list of miners in here that you can pull in for mining. So we're just going to select one of these and show you what it would look like to pull one in. So we'd hit the little plus sign, and then it's going to give us the same name. Now this is the host name that you plugged into the device when you first set it up on the mining network. If it gave you the host name changeability, if it didn't, it's going to be whatever that default host name was in there. If you were going to add this bitaxe, you would want to click the solo miner, and then you select a location from your dropdown. Again, I had created 3 different locations, plus I left the default location home on there. And so if I want to say this is in the mining headquarters, I would click that, and then I would hit connect. Also, if you wanted to create a different location from down here, you would just hit the manage locations, and you could create yourself a new location, new room, new space, mining shed, whatever you want to do, and then you would hit connect. It would take a little bit and it would pull it in and it will add it to your dashboard. Okay, so we've added some to our dashboard just for purposes of show here. We are running on the free version, and this is what you would get when you would download it from either the Apple, the iStore, or from the Google Play. This is the free version, and we did this so that we could demonstrate what the free version offers, and then we'll discuss cost and the premium version and the upgrades you get here in a little bit. But first, let's go ahead and just click into one of these. We want to look at our bitaxe Gamma. So we're going to click into our bitaxe Gamma. This is a Solo Satoshi bitaxe Gamma. This is one that I recently rebuilt with the beast mode giant best cooling solution. Check that video out above if you want to know how to make that happen. It's got the low profile ice tower. The thing could go easily, push it up to 2 terahash. I have it running with just a very light overclock here, as you can see. But now that we're looking in here, we see the chip temperature, and we can hit the drop down and see more in-depth specs. We see the frequency, the core voltage, the power draw, and you can see I'm only running 20 watts to this thing. I should be running like 35 and really kind of pushing it, but we're leaving it like that for now. You can click your pool status, do a drop down, and it shows you more concise information about your pool. And then you have an uptime. It shows you how long it's been running, and it says marathon runner because this one's been running for 40 days without being disconnected. And then your efficiency, 16.36. That's why I'm running it so low. That is a very good efficiency. Fan speed, you can go in here, toggle, change your fan speed. It's like you're logging into your own dashboard and changing your settings, but you're doing it all from one convenient place and one convenient app. So there's our fan speed. We're gonna hit cancel. Overclocking. By default, it's going to say tap to unlock your your tuning. So it shows that I'm only running 660. We're going to hit unlock. And it even gives you some warnings there to try to prep you that says, hey, if you're trying this mode, you better have a bigger power supply, right? So it's showing that we're running 660. And then if you want to do the quick toggles, you could do eco mode, default, turbo, or max. And that actually does some quick tuning for you. Now, whether or not that's going to be stable depends on your cooling, your power supply, your device, the quality of your silicon, all of those items. So that is a really cool feature that you can do this. So right there. So if I hit the little settings, it shows what they preset: the eco mode, the default mode, the turbo mode, and the max mode. And now you can actually change those. And if you're saying, hey, I think the eco mode should be 500 frequency and 1050 voltage, you could change it and then hit save, and now your new eco mode would be that setting. So, and then if you pull it on down, we've got live performance feedback. It shows your chip temperature, power, your current, and then you also have an actions button here where you can reboot. Down below, it shows some more specific things on your hardware, like your MAC address and whatnot, and the Wi-Fi network that it's actually connected to. So that's really cool, right? That's a bitaxe gamma, and that works the same for a NerdQaxe and NerdQaxe and all of those type bitaxe devices. Now, obviously, Canaan is different, right? They're different. They have a proprietary app that they make you go into. You can't just go right into the IP address and do all your settings. However, they've made it so that you can do that in the Hashwatcher app. So if we go to, say, our Canaan Mini 3, that's the big, long baseboard heater. If you need to know about that, check out that video up above. This one is set to, it's only running about 40 terahash right now, which is pretty solid. Chip temperature 74. You can just see some of the specs, but it shows that I am in mining mode. That's the same options that you have from the Canaan family app. Heater, mining mode, night mode. It shows the fan speed, the performance, reboot, and then you can change your work mode scheduling. So that's really awesome. If you want to turn it to heater overnight, do the work mode scheduling, set that up, let it go, and there you go. Same thing with like your Nano 3, Nano 3S. We'll go to a different page. There's our Nano 3S. So it's pulling in a lot of the similar options and menus that the Canaan family app is pulling in. If we wanted to change the mode on this thing, you go down here to work mode, you tap to change, and then you select your mode, you hit save. That's it. That's how easy it is to change and tune these. Not only that, but you can adjust the LEDs even on your Mini or your Nano 3 or your Nano 3S right here in the Hashwatcher app. How freaking cool is that? Personally, I hate the Canaan family app. I don't like it. I don't like the feel of it. I don't like the way it's asking me for a password every 2 minutes or it locks me up. I'm just not a fan. This is my solution. I love this solution. There is kind of an overview of all of our base models in here. Now we can also go to leaderboards and you can check best difficulties, which me personally, I'm not somebody that chases difficulty. People constantly are posting in groups, oh, look, I hit this difficulty. I'm like, did you hit the block? They're like, no. And I'm like, cool, dude, cool story. You had a good difficulty on that one block. We'll see what you do on the next block. How about that? So yeah, it's just me personally. And then, so we've got leaderboard, we've got our settings. If we go down into settings, we get some more in-depth views again. This is where you can send a text, contact your support for Hashwatcher, and they'll get right back to you. They're really good about getting back. Again, you can change your themes down in here, upgrade your membership. We'll need that one later. Background execution, like a bunch of our little options are here. They even have a link to buy hardware and accessories. So of course, again, they're associated now with Solus Satoshi, so you click that, it jumps to the Solus Satoshi site. It's pretty sweet. All right, one thing that I forgot to mention in here, they have some awesome widgets associated with this guy. We're gonna click on the home screen and you can see I have one already added. This is for the Avalon Q, and yeah, I can click this thing and move it around here. We've got the Avalon Q, and then it shows the quick buttons even where I can switch from eco to standard to super mode and the percentages. That is super cool. So let's add another widget down here. And we're gonna do widgets, and we're gonna type hash, We're gonna click Hashwatcher, and here's a couple of the different layouts. You got a 4x2 tile, a 4x3 tile. I'm gonna do another 4x2. We're gonna hit add, and then it gives me the option to select one of my miners that are currently already configured. Let's add the GT Turbo. Now it says display options, compact mode, reduce spacing for smaller widgets. We're gonna leave that off for now, and we're just gonna hit done. And for some reason it didn't add it to the screen I was on, but we're gonna move it on back over here. And now we're gonna drop it on this same screen. How sick is that little widget? Now, the cool thing about the widget is not just that it's a cool looking widget that displays on your dashboard. You can click it and boom, you just jumped into the actual settings and everything else. You want to update it, you want to change your overclocking, you just made a quick link to jump into the dashboard on this thing, and man, that is super sweet. All right, quick circle back to the supported devices. They give a list of supported devices. We'll pop that up on the screen. It's not the complete necessary list because you can actually pull in other devices like I had mentioned, like this bitaxe touchback here will pull in these BG01, BG02 magic miners. Those weren't listed anywhere. The Lucky Miner DG07, which is, don't buy that thing, it's a Doge miner, it will pull in. And here's the cool one. Are you ready for this? It is pulling in the new hammer miner. We're gonna test that and see what it actually looks like. But if you go into your screen and you do the, you hit add and you do the bitaxe screen, and when you scan the network for miners, it's finding that hammer miner. So we're gonna add that and see what it looks like on our screen real quick. Let's do record for our screen recording. All right, so we're in the bitaxe tab again, and we're gonna hit scan for miners. We're gonna scroll down. It might take a little while because I think it's at the end. See, there's the ACS bitaxe. That is the bitaxe touch behind me with the nice digital clock. We're gonna wait for just a second, and then it should pull this in. We're up to 60 out of 254 scanning. Still scanning. When it pulls in, we're going to add that there hammer miner and see what it looks like. There's a QX, QX++, a Gamma, a bitaxe Hex. There's a MagicMiner BG01. There's a BG02. That's these GPU looking miners back here. And if you want to check out that video, check that out above. I really like the BG02. I highly advise nowadays against the BG01. Terrible efficiency, and the price to performance just isn't there. So if you're looking for one, get the BG02, pass on the BG01. All right, and so there's another one right there, the Lucky X5. So the Lucky X5 is an LV08 Lucky miner that has been re-firmwared, flashed to run on AxOS. Super sweet. That comes from PlebSource. Check that link out down below if you want to get one of those. I also did a cool video on it, so check it out. But there it is, the Hammer Miner DC02. We're gonna hit add. And now we're gonna put it into a location. Currently it's here in the mining cave, so we'll put it in the, actually, yeah, let's put it in the mining cave for now. We're gonna hit connect. So it added it right away, which is awesome. It didn't give me any add notification that it actually was successful, but it literally just added it right to the dashboard. And if I click on this thing and I start scrolling, so it's not pulling in the hash rate, which is interesting. And I think that's because it's trying to pull in terahashes, right? That thing is not hashing in terahashes. It is hashing in gigahashes. It's hashing, I think it does like 100 gigahash. So it's on the script algorithm. So in this instance, since it's a different algorithm, I don't think this is gonna work very well. So let's go ahead and remove that device. We'll hit delete, but let's go add a different device. Let's go to bitaxe. We're gonna scan again. That's gonna take us a minute, but we're gonna add one of our BG02s here and see what it does. All right, right there's one, MagicMiner BG02. We're gonna hit plus. We're gonna add it into the mining cave again, and we're gonna hit connect. So that's odd. It doesn't give you a, hey, successful add or anything like that. It just kind of did a quick flash and it went in. And check that out. New best difficulty. As these things are covering difficulty, they're watching to see it. And then when you open the app again, it'll tell you congrats and you get a shiny little trophy. Again, I'm not a big difficulty person. I know that the best difficulty will get that blocked, but knowing that you almost hit the previous block has no necessary reflection on your next block. So there it is. It's showing the hash rate good. It says 7.4 terahash, 8.5 terahash. Let's click into it. Bada bing, bada boom. That thing looks awesome. It worked perfectly for the MagicMiner BG02. So that's something to keep in mind as well. All right, now you're telling me, hey, Altered, how much does this thing cost? Okay, I hear you barking on this one as well, big dog. So there is a free version, as we have mentioned. You get that from the Play Store and from Apple Store, from iStore. You get those for free. The free version has all of the features that the premium version does, except there's a limitation on the amount of items that you can add. With the free version, you can get 1 Brains device, you can get 2 bitaxes, and you can get 2 Canaan products. So 1, 2, and 2, and that's the free version. How much does the non-free, how much for the premium version? So they have a few different options on buying premium. Premium, you can do $2.99 a month per month. You go on the monthly. You can do a yearly for $19.99, or you can do a lifetime for $39.99. So you're saying, well, what should I do? What would you do, Altered? If you're on the fence about this and you're like, 40 bucks is a lot to drop on something that I'm just not so sure about, here's what I would advise. I'd advise you go first, get the free version. Put as many miners on there as you can, and now you're a degenerate like me and you got a whole bunch of extra miners. Play with it for a little while, see how you like it, upgrade for the $2.99 a month for premium. Add all your devices on there, have a little fun with it, test it out, get a good feel of it, and then you're gonna ultimately turn around and go, man, this is awesome, you were right, Altered, and you'll go pay the $39.99 for the lifetime key and you'll be happy that you did. Okay, but then you're saying, but Altered, I'm a poor boy, I got these little penny miners and they earn me 0. Again, I hear you barking, big dog. So now, how about a giveaway? Hashwatcher has partnered with us. They have provided us with a few keys. 3 keys to be exactly 3 codes to give you a free lifetime subscription. But wait, there's more. They gave us 3 Android and 3 iOS. We've got 6 of these codes to give out. And then you're saying, hey, Altered, I want the free stuff. Give me the free stuff. I need the free stuff. How do I enter? Okay, so easy peasy. There are 3 requirements to enter this giveaway. 1, you have to like this video. 2, you have to be a subscriber. 3, you need to make a comment down in the comments below. We will use a random comment picker at a set date and time, and we will pick 3 and 3 of these. In your comments down below, to enter, you need a few pieces of key information. Number 1, you need the super magic keyword, which is Hashwatcher, all one word. Hashwatcher is the keyword. Number 2, you need to put your platform. You need to put Android or iOS, and then you need to put a comment of why you need this down there. So yeah, make sure to get entered for this awesome piece of software. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Okay, just in, we finally got the new update on it, and this thing is sweet. I just want to show you some of these updated features in here. So first and foremost, we're recording the screen, put it up on the screen up here. Some really good visualization, quality of life upgrades. First and foremost, you see on this screen, I have 2 miners. This is just on a home screen. One of them has the rainbow surround on the shroud. That's showing the best difficulty. It is the highest difficulty of the group. So if I switch to my next tab, I can scroll down, and then we see over here on the left, the MagicMiner has the best difficulty. It also shows one that's red and one that is yellow. The red one has already disconnected. That's because I broke the fan on it, and I have this one disconnected. Yeah, don't stick fingers in fans. Ouch! Yeah, I broke the fan. Stuck my finger in the fan. This one is rebooting. I just manually rebooted it, and that's why it's showing on orange. But you can see there is a rainbow shroud around the MagicMiner, the highest difficulty of all of these devices. Let's go to our next screen. Again, there's only 2, and you can see the best. Here's the cool one. Here is the cool one. You got to be ready for this. This is called the Neural Network. This thing is sick. All right, here we go. next screen rather. This is the mining headquarters with 15 miners on there. Let's go to the next one. There it is, the Neuro blockchain. This graphic is sick. So basically the internal neuron, the center of this thing, everything is feeding into it. All of the little nodes around the outside, the little dots, are my individual miners that I have added to this thing. As they send a share, that is the little blue streaming dot that is going into the middle. And then of course it shows the total hash rate. I've got 161 terahash in solo miners in the Hashwatcher app currently, and there's 25-ish devices total around the outside there, and they're all feeding the total hash rate. So then it shows our total shares too. We got 8 million shares. That means we're destined for a Bitcoin block any minute, right? Right? Okay. So anyway, if we keep scrolling down, it does say right here, each node is a miner, its size reflects the hash rate, each particle flowing to the center is an accepted share from that device. And then it shows cool, warm, and offline. So yeah, we have a couple that are warm and then cool, and so yeah, that's pretty cool. If we scroll on down, we get the more detailed summary and more of a text kind of outline. It shows 161 terahash, 3.1 kilowatt, so 3,100 watts. That's in the software. That's not really how much it's using. It's showing that we're using a daily cost of $10 per day just running these things. It's a lot of money when it adds up, and it's probably more like 12 to 15. Average temperature, average efficiency, that's kind of neat. It takes all your devices, compiles them, and gives you an average efficiency. And then it lists each device down at the bottom, and it lists them in the order of hash rate. So biggest to smallest. We've got the Avalon Q, obviously, the Mini 3, and then a couple of the BG02s, and then a bunch of the NerdQaxe pluses, and so on and so forth, all the way down. And then you got a little kind of a dashboard that says 158 terahash, 52 average temperature, 20 watts per terahash. Efficiency, you got how many devices. We got 26 of them online actually, and the ones that are offline, this is one of them, and now I've got another one unplugged. Well, probably got a bunch unplugged, but that we've added to the app. The Nerd Pro, that's this guy, is off, and then this guy right here is currently off. I should be able to reboot that maybe. Anyhow, we'll get that up and going here in a minute. So yeah, that is part of the new update. There's one other cool feature that's kind of a visual quality of life. So let's go back out to right here. See, the second one down is the new widget. It's the NerdQaxe widget, and it looks basically like the NerdQaxe screen. It's pretty sick. I mean, I dig it. It actually shows your, you know, all the same layout and everything of your LilyGo nice little screen here. So that's a nice little addition that they have come up with. So yeah, I just wanted to add that update in, and we'll go out. I just upgraded to the premium subscription lifetime key, baby. Yes, that's right. I am in the exclusive fan club. Make sure you join too. I think that about wraps it up for today's video. If you're new to mining and need some help, make sure to join the Misfit Mining Discord. Always plenty of seasoned vets and they're willing to help you out. And if you like the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Thanks for coming along and enjoy the ride. Psst.